on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Apologize for the delay on posting to YouTube. I've had a lot of trouble trying to get my laptop to upload to YouTube, and I think it's just to the fact that I was out of space. So every time I try to post something to YouTube, I have to download it from iMovie onto my computer, and it just takes up a lot of space. So I had to go through and delete a bunch of stuff, and hopefully if you're seeing this, then it worked. But I didn't do much trading last Thursday and Friday, but I did get stuck in the trade with Delta, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But as a filler, because I didn't really do any trading Thursday or Friday, I'm going to show you how I have eTrade Pro set up and the way that I like to set it up for myself. I've completely started a new layout. How you do that is you go to layout and you go to new layout, and you can actually make several different layouts, and you can name them different things. So I've just started a new layout just so I can show you guys how I set it up. Of course, at the bottom you have all these screens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for however you want to set them up. So on screen 1, what I like to do is I go to tools, and you have two different types of charts. You have the just chart, and you have classic. Classic is more of the old school eTrade. I used to use it, but I don't really care for it anymore. Just personal preference. I personally like to use the newer style chart. There we go. And right off the bat, you know, you do obviously have to change the settings to get it the way you want. But first, I start off by I like putting over in the right corner, and then this is my first screen is going to be the screen that I use to scan stocks with, and I want to use it as the majority of my screen. So what you do is you drag it down, make sure the edges click in, because if you don't click the box into the edges, or it's not touching the edges, when you go to another page, it'll drag with it. So just for example, if I move this and it's not touching the edges, and I go to screen 2, I'm surprised it didn't do it. A lot of times it'll get stuck. So like kind of like this, where no matter where you go, the chart comes to your page. So make sure it's clicked into the sides. I personally like the solid candles. So I'll get into the settings. We'll go to this little drop down here. See what we can find. Themes. Dark theme, that's what I like. Actually, recently I've been using custom theme. It's a little bit darker. I like the dark background. Makes the candles pop a little bit. Alright, so over here at the top here where you say daily, compare, studies, you have where it says hollow candle. I like to go to regular candles. That way I have solid candles there. Drag this over. Again, this will be my stock screening page. Next, what I like to do is add my studies, and I use moving averages and volume more than anything. So I'm going to go to studies. I'll start with moving averages. I'll start with the 8-period moving average. I like to make it orange. Go back up to studies. Moving average, do it again. To 13. I like to make it green. And then the last moving average I like to use is the 21-period moving average. Make it blue. I actually need to change these from simple to exponential. Edit, simple, exponential. Go back through and make sure they're all the same. There we go. So now that I have my moving averages put up, I like to have a moving average on my volume. And how you do that, you go up here to studies, you go to exponential moving averages, volume, and then whatever period you want. I like to use I use different ones, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the 10 period. So now that we have our moving average line down here, and for my scanning screen, I also like to use RSI, relative strength index, right here in the R section, RSI. I like to use a fast RSI. It defaults to a 14. I usually run a 7 on my RSI, and you can change it whatever color you want. I'm going to go with a pink. Anything bright I like to use to make it pop. I'm actually going to do oversold as 45. There we go. And the other study I like to add to my scanning screen is Stochastics, and it's set on 14 as the default, and I'll just leave that as is. So far I've got the basics set up for my chart. Next thing I do is I come over to tools, and let's go ahead and add our level 2. I like to put level 2 up here in this corner. Watch list, there we go. And I like to put my watch list down here. And what you can do on etrade is every box or tool that you add to your screen, it has this little box up here that says links. And if you link them all together, say link 1, when you type something into any of the boxes, it will change to all your things on that link. It will change to the same stock, so you don't have to go to each individual box and type it in. Because right now, the chart's on QQQ, but if I go over here and put an Apple, see, they all change to Apple. But if I had this on a separate link, and I went over here and I put in Target, this can mess you up, because now you're looking at level 2 prices for Target, but your chart over here is on Apple. So I like to link them all up together, especially if they're using multiple screens. I can put linked all the way to screen 6. I can go to screen 6 and it'll already be laid out, as long as my links are the same. Over here, my watch list, I've got about 200 stocks I look at. I'm not going to obviously put all those in right now, but you can name it however you want. We'll just use this custom. You go to new, display, new, settings, and you type in the symbol, say Apple, you hit add, Target, add, Las Vegas Sands, add, Amazon, add. This will not save. This will all delete unless you hit OK. You have to hit OK. It'll add it to your watch list over here. And since I have it linked to my chart, I can click any of these and my chart will change. Level 2 will change, all because they're linked together. And that's basically how I set up my page for scanning. On screen 2, it's kind of my in-between screen, in between my scanning and the screen that I used to trade with. I like to put my options chain. So you just go up here to tools, options chains, put my options chain in here. I like to put the options chain on a screen all by itself. I want to make sure the numbers are big and clear. I don't make any mistakes, so I use a whole screen just for the options chain. And up here where it says strikes, you can change it to any number you want. I go to all, and right off the bat you can see we have bid ask, last trade, theoretical value, total volume, open interest. I like to add to that. So how we do that is we'll go over here to this drop down box, columns, and you can add anything you add in this box over here to the right. It will add to your options chain or whatever you take away from here. So I don't want this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to add delta, gamma, implied volatility, theta, vega, and we pretty much have the basics for an options chain. And again, you have to hit OK. If you hit cancel or click outside the box, it'll delete all this over here. So you have to hit OK. There you go. Your options chain changes. You can actually get into the settings and you can change the size of the numbers. You can change the color of the background. For example, if you go to display, you can do like in the money, you could change it to green if you wanted to, or however you want to do it. You can see there now it's changed to like a teal color. You can change the font, you can change all kinds of stuff. You can make them all bold. As you can hear, you can change the fonts here. You can change how big the numbers are. We'll go to 20 just so I can show you. Boom! You can make it. You can really make your options chain pop. Make it easy to read. And also, you want to go up here and make it link 1. That way, when we go here, we type in target. Everything changes. I can go to my options chain. Boom! I'm already got target set up. And on my next screen will be the screen that I actually trade on. I like to trade on a full screen, nothing extra. So we'll go up to tools, chart, and I'll set it up just how I did on the other one. Full screen. Hit this box right here to make it full screen. Do we need to delete that? Go to chart, hit the big box right here. Full screen. It'll automatically connect all the edges for you. We'll go to candle, themes, custom theme, and then studies. We'll add our moving averages in again. The 8. Whoops. I don't know what that is. That looks cool, but I don't want it. Oh, okay. There we go. $13. And the 21. I like to use orange, green, and blue. And then I will add my moving average for my volume. Whoop. Get out of here. Okay. There we go. Go to 10. Make it yellow. Bam. That's the screen I trade on. That's all I use, is huge screen to trade on. And for the most part, that's how I set up the basics for trading options. I got my list. I'll have 200 stocks that I can go through. I can scan on this screen, my options chain, and my trade screen. So since we're here in the screen now, we'll go on over to the trade that I have on Delta that I've had to hold the weekend and today. We're kind of hurting on this trade. I don't have this linked up. There we go. Make this a little bit smaller. Here's 3 month. So I got into this trade here right where we broke through the moving averages, had this huge uptick in average volume to support this price. And I was really trying to get this to push up in the 28-29 range up here in this resistance, but it just couldn't make it happen. Coming into the weekend, Buffett saying he sold all his airline stuff, and just a lot of mixed news. Ended up pushing the stock down Thursday and Friday. Here we are now on Monday, and we closed down $1.20, but it was down quite a bit. But as you can see right here, we have huge support. So I've got these out to May 29th, so I can hold them for a while and try to get my money back out of it. And that's what I'm going to plan to do. But it sucks because trading a small account is so hard because you have to be kind of aggressive and you sometimes use your full account. So right now, I don't have enough cash on hand to enter any trades, so I'm just kind of stuck in this trade right now. So it's hard for me to make a video on trading when I'm stuck in one trade and I can't do anything about it. I can't buy anything else. So I'm just gonna try to ride this trade out and try to break even. I need to come up about $4 or $5 back up to the 27 range to break even on this trade. But tomorrow's Tuesday, I believe. I'll look at my phone right now. Futures are up 206 points. That's good. Right now, the economy is opening, and everybody are afraid that more people are going to get sick, and nobody's really sure what's going to happen. So hopefully, the futures stay up for tomorrow, and we can gain some ground back on Delta. But yeah, that's my Delta trade, my basic trading setup on eTrade Pro. If you'd like me to show you my setup on regular eTrade, the free version, let me know, and I will be glad to do that. You can also paper trade on eTrade for free, and you can set it up just the way I do. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching another video.